Hello, hello, beautiful person watching this. I am so happy that you're here. Welcome back to another Slay the Spire Ascension 20 Ironclad run. On this channel, I upload my recorded wins with some commentary and general discussion about this beautiful game that we play. So, having a look here, decided to go right there, take the early shop, and take the 100 gold start. That slime is very angry today, unfortunately. Oof, that's a bad hand. And now I get weakened, can't actually kill it, so take 12 damage. Certainly could have gone better this fight, that's for sure. And get an explosive pot, that's pretty good. And I take Thunderclap over Twin Slice. A little bit questionable, to be honest. But I've been on a little bit of a Thunderclap kick lately. I like that it hits multiple enemies, I like that it applies a debuff. It's just sort of a nice utility card early, and Twin Strike is just a common attack. A bit better than normal with the strength synergies. And of course it does 10, which is pretty good. Jawworm wasn't too bad. And Headbutt versus Anger. I take an Anger. I'm very high on Anger. Very good. Early damage card. And I actually heal here. We're going to a shop soon, so losing that 40 extra gold could have been a bit of a bummer. And we actually do get the full usefulness out of that heal also. So also a bit unusual for me taking the heal there, but I just really wanted to get through Act 1. And find an Entropic Brew, that's very nice, and Feel No Pain is also here. Take our first one of those. Definitely good. And here we're offered a Potion Belt. And I click on it because I have Entropic Brew. And so I'll be able to use this potion, use Entropic Brew, get 4 potions, and kind of snowball from there. I also buy a Shrug that was on sale. With an Anger already involved, a little bit of draw is welcome. And Shrug is a fine card. Normally not something worth buying, but it was on sale there. We had only a little bit of gold left, not coming to another shop anytime soon, so sure. I should have actually played a second strike there instead of defend and taken 5. That way this would be a 12 right now. A little bit awkward. So right now that would be dead and I'd only take 2, but I'm currently taking 12. Not ideal. So I used the second explosive pot there, which lets me play a Thunderclap as well. Not too bad. And then once we're through here, the Feel No Pain will block for us every turn. That may have been a mistake, though. I could have gone Dash, Anger, Strike on the middle one that was hitting me and not taking any damage in. So this fight, all around, pretty questionable. It didn't, didn't take too much damage, but that was mainly because we did 60 damage with potions. And we also find a Giria. We are now allowed to lift at campfires, giving us 1 strength permanently, instead of resting or upgrading a card. And I take a Warcry over Blood for Blood. I'm not planning on upgrading anymore because I have this Giria that I can use. And not upgrading Blood for Blood is very questionable. Can't even play it right now. No self-damage cards. So definitely happy to take a Warcry instead with a Feel No Pain in our deck. And a little bit of discussion about Giria versus Shovel, for example. There is some conversation. Some people may see Shovel and think it's good. Turns out it's not. And the reason for this is that you cannot think, oh, I'm getting a free relic or something like this. The actual value of what you're getting... Oh, Key of Darkstone Parry App, that relic sucks. The actual value that you're getting out of the digging is that you get the value of the relic that you get, which is completely random, so much variance, and you have to subtract the value that you're losing from not upgrading a card. And it turns out that when you're digging for essentially Vajra reliably, which is what Giria does essentially, then that becomes a lot better because you can actually build around this. It's stacking the same effect multiple times. And yeah, very, very nice. So Ironclad, of course, a big strength enjoyer. And can definitely start taking cards like Reaper very highly, even Heavy Blade, Pummel, stuff like that, knowing that we are able to dig and receive essentially another copy of Vajra each time. Whereas digging might be insane, you might find Dead Branch or whatever, but you also might find like a Juzu Bracelet, and if you forego an upgrade for that huge amount of variance, it can be disappointing a lot of the time. And we find a Pen Nib. Every 10th attack we play will be double damage, and a Reaper. And those combination of relics are very exciting. We can try to get 3 strength with Argyria, making Reaper do minimum 7. And then whenever we charge our Pen Nib up to 9, we can Reaper for 14 to everything and heal for quite a lot. And so that's going to be a large part of our game plan to not die here. And I'm interested in Reapering here. I even don't kill the one with 1 HP there. Get as much health as I can. So even just for 5 to everything, that was very good. And Trash versus Burning Pact. We already have an Anger, therefore Anger is trash. And take the Burning Pact. We do have a Feel No Pain already. So it's going to be a great card going farther into the run, but right now it's a little bit slow. And an interesting turn here, I have this Pen Nib on 8, and I have this Warcry in my hand, so I'm comfortable drawing in case I hit the Reaper there. Can put it back on top. And now, of course, it doesn't matter playing Thunderclap in the same turn as Reaper because they all have Artifact anyway. So I'm going to play Thunderclap and then not play Anger to keep Pen Nib on 9. And I forgot to play Feel No Pain first. After all of that good play, I took 3 for no reason. Whoops. But still had the right idea, of course. Now Feel No Pain will carry us. So Lagavulin on vacation today. Fine with us. Sentry's a great fight if you have a copy of Feel No Pain or any of the other really good powers that interact with status cards and or cards that exhaust. Old Coin gives us 300 gold and more attacks. Carnage is here, sometimes doing a cool 42 right now because of our 1 strength from Giria, and Pen Nib doubling it. But the main reason for picking it is it also may exhaust itself, so we have the option to play Carnage if we want, but we may also choose to let it exhaust with Feel No Pain in play, just for some free block. I would argue the fact that Carnage has Ethereal is often a downside, especially in Act 1, but as the run goes on, it's totally fine to just let it go for the exhaust energies. So actually a very cool card in that regard. Definitely gonna lift, and definitely gonna drink Cultist Potion against Slimbo here. So I can Warcry Carnage on top in order for it to not get exhausted here. We're interested in playing it to do a lot of damage to Slimbo. Whack! Pen Nib not quite on the right number here, so could try to draw a potion, find the Thunderclap, and then that would do a bit more damage, but it doesn't seem necessary. And also the Thunderclap, assuming we don't draw it with that Pummel Strike, will be nice when they split to essentially deal double damage, in a sense. Good draws there. Get to kill the minis, and now we're good. So not a too bad of a slime boss there. Definitely happy about that. And good cards here. Fiendfire versus Feed. Fiendfire definitely good with some strength. Definitely good with a Burning Pact. Definitely good with a Power Through. Definitely good with Feel No Pain. But I take the Feed. Feed is Feed. It's really, really good. And Pyramid, definitely really good. There was also the Fusion Hammer, and we are interested in gaining Strength one more time, so arguably doesn't have a downside if we manage to dodge enough campfires. but we're always going to at least 2 more. One of them is going to be the key, one of them is going to be the strength, and we'll probably want at least 1 more upgrade. And pyramid is just pyramid. Pyramid's better anyway. Pyramid real good. When you've just taken a feed, feed sometimes doesn't like to cooperate. We'll just keep getting drawn on the wrong turn, so just having it hanging around in your hand till right when you can kill the enemy with it is really nice. And I have 631 gold here, and so really want to go to a shop, but if I go left, then the shop is only at the very end after I've killed the elites, whereas if I go right, the path doesn't look quite as good. There's no campfires, notably, if I go right to get those double shops. And that's kind of my main problem. I really want to hit this 3rd strength at some point. So I'm actually marking here. I'm definitely going to that question mark, and then I either go right and take those, or I go left and I take those. And that's sort of my game plan. So always going this way, and then we'll figure it out once we arrive. Ascender's Bane is here to ruin our day. Could consider potioning here for sure. Oh, long and hard about that one. Defend a little bit too slow, I was thinking. For that turn. And now I'd love to Reaper for a lot. It's actually overhealing here by quite a bit. But like not playing it there is probably too slow. I think. It's fine. In another fight we'll be able to gain it back, probably. And Bloodletting and Pummel, excellent cards here. Pummel Plus is looking juicy with Argyria. Already doing 20 flat damage right now, and exhausting for our Feel No Pain stuff. But Bloodletting could really use some energy with this Runic Pyramid to play all of our cards in our hand. So we're very happy to see that Bloodletting. And arguably not much downside when we have so much sustain from Reaper. This guy is going to beat us up, though. Very sad. Can't apply Vulnerable here. And can't block either. Ouch. And Reaper, uniquely bad in this fight. It has way too much block. So I can get out with feed here, so forego the Reaper here. It's fine. And Inflame's there. Snap Pick and Inflame Plus there. Very interested in strength with our Reaper stuff that we're doing. Of course. And found the upgrade element with all of our basics still. That's really good. Particularly the defends are very nice to upgrade, of course. Kind of like having a Footwork Plus in play. Every fight. And so I really want a Reaper and hit all 3 of them with it. I really want to do that with Pendib on 9. And so I'm just thinking what the best way to do that is. And perhaps I don't want to play this 8th attack because then I can't Thunderclap Reaper. But didn't find it, so gonna have to just not do that. Could have actually used a draw potion there. Would have whiffed with the draw potion. So glad I didn't in hindsight. Feed and Reaper at the bottom, very sad. I do want to play Reaper and feed. And this is a bit awkward because I actually can't kill it with Reaper plus feed now. So I'm trying to wait, play Bash first and then Reaper. Take damage and play Bash here. But now it's going to gain block and then this is not working. So whoops. So I will have to kill it with just the Reaper instead. I'm valuing 13 current health here over 3 max health and 3 current health. I think that's fair enough. we're in a little bit of danger. And Armaments Plus, also upgraded somehow, is offered to me. And that's really good with Runic Pyramid, upgrading your entire hand. And we're also not getting upgrades. We're currently putting it into our Giria. So better than normal even to find that. Although we did find the Upgrade All Basics event, but yeah, what can you do? It is good to hit our non-basic, non-upgraded cards, of course. And maniacally exhausting the power through when getting attacked by slavers. But I was interested in finding other cards. So our Penib is in the upper half. Definitely looking to do a big Reaper here and heal to full health, hopefully. There's Thunderclap and Reaper. So we'd like to put Penib on 8 now. I may even choose to just feed. Or I just block again, it seems. Okay, I play that. So I need to find Anger, that's my plan. Is I can Anger to put it on 8, then Thunderclap Reaper. That makes sense. I am going to be weakened, sadly, but it'd still be a lot of healing. Whoosh. And then take 32 on the backswing. Ouch! Slavers are very rude. But not a bad fight at all, of course. And Sentinel Plus, again upgraded somehow. And those are great hits from the War Drums, of course. War Paints, rather. But of course, our defense are all upgraded, so I had to hit 2 real skills there. But of course, Sentinel Plus, great with our Burning Pact. And if we add True Grits, etc. later on. A nice card to be able to exhaust, get it out of our hand, and gain energy. The deck is coming along nicely here. And interested in Thunderclap Reaper again. It's going to be hard to get it to the right number here. There's an Anger, though. Just overblocking a bit to get that out of my hand. Now I can go Thunderclap Reaper. Whoosh, up to full health. And now I can feed. The Centurion Mystic fight is really, really nice. You can always pretty much get a full heal here. It's somehow like the... Ooh, and I took a True Grit over Burning Pact there. Valuing the block over the draw with a Runic Pyramid. But yeah, Centurion Mystic just seems to be pretty free. The bad thing about it is if you have some card that you play it for immediate power and then lose power, Wraith Form or Bias Cog or something, then it could be awkward since they keep healing, but otherwise that fight lets you kind of get away with some shenanigans a lot of the time. I probably have lethal right now, but I want to feed. Bash, Anger, Strike Plus with Penib on 9 is probably getting me out here. And I'm also interested in Reapering, so I pass. Very interesting. And then I plan on going Bash this turn. And then hoping to draw Feed. And then Reaper, then Feed, I think. I'm not missing that much health though, so it's not really a problem. So I could choose to not Reaper, yeah, and miss a little bit of health in order to gain 1 more maximum health from Feed. I actually choose to just get the full heal though. I think in hindsight I would have played Armaments to upgrade the Feed instead of healing with Reaper. I was not quite missing enough health for that to matter, I'd say. Max health better. And as soon as we make it through this elite, we are in the clear and we are about to head into a shop with so much money. Very exciting. Book of Stabbing's no joke though. Definitely considered using a power potion, but I would like to save that for the champ. If I can. Goodbye Feed, very sad. So can kind of just play the fight, hitting them strikes in instead of blocking there. And eventually I'll be able to Reaper for a lot. That's a great Sentinel. Wow. Sentinel is cooking. Gonna have to find a attack I can play here. Found it. Play that and Reaper, and then if it's somehow not dead, I can Anger. Should have played a lower damage attack first, actually, I think. And I found Flex. Flex is a 0-cost card, gives us strength. So going well with our Reaper Runic Pyramid kind of game plan. And now that we have all 3 of our strength from Giria, then we can start upgrading cards as well. We were actually going to heal for 2 full health if we just get out of this fight, so not super worried about Reaper, but may take some damage yet. Doesn't seem that way. And now I want to play 2 more attacks, with Feed being the last. Perfect fight. Very good. I didn't go to full health. Interesting. And definitely considering Immolate, I suppose, but there's also an Entrench. And our block is a little bit sus right now and would love a Barricade eventually. And we have this Feel No Pain already, so I do take a Speculative Entrench. Definitely kind of strange. I can't really explain why I wanted the Entrench to that. I also just kind of wanted to try it. But it could be good eventually. Another Feel No Pain's offered to me, I click on that. And I also buy the Souvenir for an artifact charge. And a Gremlin Horn that draws us a card and gains us an energy whenever any enemy dies, including minions. So great in the Reptomancer fight and the Gremlin Leader fight. And I remove a strike. The relics, I would say not amazing here. Souvenir is also always welcome, of course. And Gremlin Horn is pretty solid in some fights. But it's very expensive. So I only bought it because I had so much gold and it was like the only thing that was there. And I also bought a Heavy Blade on sale and upgrade it because we really want a way to kill this champ. And we have permanent 3 strength with Giria and Inflame plus. So this Heavy Blade will be bonking, that's for sure. Not great options here. Wow. Brutality sucks here. We have Pyramid. Don't need that. Evolve sucks here. We have absolutely nothing. We can't even get to the wounds into our draw pile because we never discard them because we have Runic Pyramid. So Evolve also does nothing here. And Corruption is usually a good card, but here it doesn't seem to be doing a lot in this particular fight. We're probably interested in playing our skills more than once. So it's going to be sitting there. We might play it on the execute turn to kind of play our whole hand with a million block cards. But we might not. That would be fine too. I want armaments to hit some good stuff here. I draw before playing armaments. I'd like it to hit flex at some point. True Grit and Burning Pact are going to be very, very helpful here to kind of craft our good hand, and we can eventually just go like Flex, Heavy Blade, then Burning Pact again, draw the Heavy Blade again with the Bloodletting, which should be upgraded because of armaments, and play it again in one turn, and then that's so much damage. And I'm also interested in doubling the Heavy Blade damage with Pen Nib. Can do it here, perhaps. Nope. So just going for the split here. Take the 27. I have a Reaper as well. And that's a great Sentinel Plus. It's not vulnerable, sadly, but still heal for 22. Quite a lot. I choose to not do that, and instead go for the bash to do more damage overall, and then still heal for quite a lot. That way I can make sure I'm always killing this turn. Pretty much. Never dead here, though. Anyways. Got to feed on the champ. Delicious. And now Fiendfire is back. And we now have a Pyramid, so we always have 900 cards in our hand if we want. We have 2 Feel No Pains. We have some more strength. It's beautiful. And Choker's here. Actually a very pickable Choker, to be honest. But not particularly interested. We have Bloodletting and Sentinel Plus, so I'm not... And a Happy Flower. So not particularly worried about energy right now, really. And Philosopher's Stone is also here as an option, but I just wanted the 3 transforms of my strikes more. And not a very exciting result. Body Slam, Pummel, Twin Strike. But they are definitely better than strikes. Body Slam could be interesting here if we do find a barricade. Or like another entrench, perhaps. And I would like at least a shop, but it's all hallway fights if I go the shop route in the early part of the act there. And I love me some question marks. Have to go right, of course, for that super elite to get our key. All blocking. And so we're cool with just chilling a bit here, taking some damage. We do have Reaper. It kind of lets you think about it a whole different way, especially if you have feed, because the maximum health you get from having the feed makes it a lot safer. If you've taken apparitions, for example, you could just outright die in a single turn. But if you had 1,000 health, you would almost never be able to die in any given fight. And then you could just sit there forever until you have 1 billion strength and then Reaper it all back. Up to a maximum of whatever the health that the enemy has, of course. Overblocking for a bit there. Waiting for our Reaper very patiently. It's hiding. That's for sure. There it is. So I'm not going to feed here, just heal for 30 and get out. It seems. A Dark Embrace is here. Notably, what Dark Embrace does for us the most here is it draws us an entire new hand if we play Fiendfire, which is huge. Now we do get this event. This event's actually very spooky, but I'm sure I can get away with it. It's just might take more damage than ideal here. And Pen Nib on the wrong number because we just used it in Darklings is not ideal. 28 damage Body Slam. Wow. Play the Flex. And Pummel will go to 35 damage. So I was interested in going like Flex, Pummel, Reaper to kill the right one, but it's just short here. Just short. Too short. So I do Distilled Chaos. Pretty unexciting, and even burned our feed. Very sad. But now Reaper does 10. It's still a little bit short. So I kill the one on the left. And then it lets me block. I should have played Feel No Pain first. But actually it was good not to, after all. Defend was better. Get to Reaper now. And I get to get out with Penib on 9. So not too bad. And our rare relic is a Ginger, preventing us from being weakened. Not super exciting, but we are definitely doing damage with attacks this run, so it's certainly helpful. And then take a spot weakness for even more strength. We are getting swole here. And Penib's on 9. Pummel's gonna do like 75 damage here. Yep. Waiting for Reaper and or feed. Bloodletting's in our hand. There's a Reaper. And hopefully can wait for feed as well. Would love to save the armaments for the feed, but that would be taking too much damage. That's can't play any attacks. It's too low. Oof. Oof. So now I'm thinking, do I... It's only a 2 out of 7 chance to draw, because I'm not going to discard my hand. So I still go for it. I have Dark Embrace and True Grit in my hand, so I can still go for it one more time. And we get burned for our efforts. Very sad. No delicious food this time around. Falling is here. Warcry can go. It's totally fine. Upgrade our DE in order to put it in play easier. Great card. And this is a fight we just want to get out. This fight is it's very scary. It is cursing us already. Very rude. I'm trying to line up a Fiend Fire there by vulnerabling it with the Shockwave. I could have actually full blocked instead of taking the 1. But I thought I'd be able to get out this turn if I did that. But Fiend Fire here is 135 damage, it seems. I could go like Flex, Burning Pact to make my hand full again, and then it would deal that number plus 3 times 9, I think. It's 154. Still, no, wait, 156. Still not enough. Ouch. So I'm interested in playing a Reaper, and then I have Body Slam to get out in case it's cursing, and it is cursing, and then it goes back to dealing 42 again. My god. Very, very rude, this particular Writhing Mass. I took some damage here, but that's okay. And Intimidate Plus is being offered. We have a Dark Embrace, 2 Feel No Pains, and a Runic Pyramid, and only 3 energy. And so that Fast Weaken is actually very strong here. And Gremlin Horn is going to be excellent here. Just have to find our way to kill these guys. Colorless Potion finds Dramatic Entrance, dealing damage to all of them. Pretty good. I could play Fiend Fire on Repto right now and get out, but would like to feed if I can. Should play Power Through. If I don't, that's a mistake probably. Yep. Power Through doing something sometimes. taking damage here. It's actually very sad, but I can wait for her to make more dudes, then Reaper, and then kill her. Yes, please make more friends so I can kill them in front of you and then also eat you. Absolutely brutal. Hadn't actually set this, but the artifact charge can actually prevent the strength minus debuff from Flex, which is pretty cool. I actually didn't kill her friends, so the friends got to watch her get eaten instead. Another Reaper's here. That's very nice. And God, I'm playing so fast. We did get a lantern as well for 1 extra energy on turn 1. That's very nice. And the bronze scales, of course, reflecting some damage will help against the heart. Can't take damage here, so I pummel just to gain 3 block. Could have considered not playing any card there, just to perhaps put a Pen Nib on 8 instead, so I could double something else. But I'm probably just going to play Keenfire right now and get out, I would guess. A little bit scary, and we're already very close to full health anyway. Whirlwind is a consideration. A lot of strength. And Pen Nib as well. Doesn't seem necessary. And Nunchaku now also would like to have a Whirlwind. If we would like to, we can just play the Whirlwind for 0 at the end of our turn, charging Nunchaku and Pen Nib by 1 more, and they're both on the same number, which is very cute. We get to upgrade. Not even sure what I would upgrade here. Spot weakness, but the thing about this is it doesn't actually matter that much because we have this Armaments Plus. I upgrade Fiendfire. Sure. Well, yeah, this is a highly overperforming Armaments Plus here. It is really, really good here. Pyramid makes it much, much better, for sure. I would say, generally speaking, Armaments Plus is not way better than unupgraded armaments. Upgrading the exact card that you'd like to upgrade within your hand is often nearly as impactful as upgrading your whole hand. A lot of basics involved usually. But if you can manage to get more and more cards in your hand, there's other ways as well. Offering to draw your whole hand, Dark Embrace in the late game. Armaments can get pretty cracked. But in Act 1, it's certainly not an upgrade that you... Like, there's definitely that line of thinking as a new player, like, Armaments is upgrading all of my cards, but if I upgrade a different card that isn't Armaments, then it's only upgrading that card. But that's very ambitious thinking. It's hard to get Armaments and the card you want at the same time, generally speaking, unless you have a lot of card draw. Double taps here as well. We have Reapers, and we have Heavy Blade. So take a double tap, sure, it's fun. And a lot of gold here. I go to a shop instead of the Elite, and I find a gambling ship. Buying a gambling ship for 300 something gold is wild. It is a great relic. Considered buying a Purity. 0 energy, draw 3 cards, gain 18 block. And get rid of some cards that are bad. But it's 100 gold. We would like to card move. And we could also save all of our gold for the Act 4 shop. So we're going into Act 3, Boss Gauntlet with full health. And a solid deck. Raid the D tap as well. If I go like Bloodletting, double tap, Reaper, Heavy Blade or something, it's really, really insane turn. Put our guard powers in play and take some damage. Armaments to upgrade Feel No Pain, play Feel No Pain, play Bloodletting, play Shockwave. Or just pummel and go next. I'm totally fine taking some amount of damage. Since, just Reaper it back. Now we have double tap and 2 Reapers especially. My god. What even is damage anymore? And this is my kind of run. I tend to, like, Feel No Pain and Dark Embrace are involved in this run, but I certainly wouldn't say this is a Feel No Pain, Dark Embrace deck. I would say this is a strength deck that happens to have Feel No Pain to block. As in, and also you can't really call anything in this game a whatever deck. Like, it's very hard to do that in Ascension 20 Heart because you have to take cards that are generalist good cards in order to just not immediately die in any given situation, and therefore it's hard to like have a dedicated archetype. But of course you can kind of think of them as like packages. Feel No Pain, Dark Embrace, Corruption is like a package. Limit Break, Spot Weakness, Reaper is a package. Stuff like this. So we are definitely leaning more heavily into the strength thing with the Pen Nib and the Giria and the Double Reaper and the Double Tap and Heavy Blade and all that. But then we happen to also be doing the Exhaust package a bit. And I tend to love the Exhaust package. It's like how I tend to win. But my favorite card is Reaper in the whole game, for sure. I absolutely love just that whoosh effect and healing to full health. It's so satisfying. Nothing in the game hits quite like it, I would say. Get our Happy Flower proc here for an extra energy. And kind of an awkward turn. Would like to Reaper for more health, probably, but this is our last Reaper. And we would take more damage afterwards. Heavy Blade is fine. Play Flex to get out of my hand. Exhaust something. Maybe Fiendfire goes here. It's like we don't need it, really. That'd be interesting. I probably should have played Burning Peg. It blocks and whatnot. Bashing there was highly questionable, I would say. Could have even exhausted the bash. But yeah, again, I know that I can double tap this Reaper with Pen Nib on 9 and just heal for an actual billion. And I'm also exhausting cards, which allows us to keep exhausting even more cards, gaining more and more block from Feel No Pain. Trigger it's back. It's really good. Now we have more energy from Happy Flower. And we also have Nunchaku closing in on the big one more energy as well. I'm just slowly inching Pen Nib towards 9. So now we can go Flex Double Tap or Reaper. And I think I should actually power through, maybe. And then I just play Defend instead. Could have considered Fiend Firing next turn. But Heavy Blade seems like it could be important here. I thought that would full block, but it didn't. So I'm probably going to play Power Through now. Or maybe I just don't. I'm not interested in adding these wounds to my hand. It seems. Not right now. And we have this Feed and the Fiend Fire in the same hand. I'd like to feed. I think I'm pretty sure I make a mistake here. Avert Your Eyes. I try to feed on phase 1 of Wokebird, which doesn't work, and I also didn't even kill it. I meant to play Pummel Strike first, surely. Alright, you can look again. We're back. It's kind of weird, my feed just like went away there. I don't know what happened to it. But yeah, eventually you'll be able to double tap this heavy blade with some vulnerable on it, hopefully. Armaments. Okay, the right play here is to armaments and then also play power through there, I think. But I was planning on getting out right now, but I drew this void, which I wasn't thinking about for whatever reason. I also could have just used liquid memories here. Heavy blade, liquid memories, the heavy blade, play heavy blade, and get out. But there's no reason to do that. We're going to heal for a lot going into Act 4 anyway. Save the potion for the harder fights, of course. All good. Still have this fruit juice we haven't drank. There is some chance we find like a toy ornithopter or something from Act 4 Elite, so we would have lost 5 health. And our missing health would still be the same amount because you also gain current health, so no reason to play it before the Act transition. And disarm is here, really good against the heart. Toolbox is also an option. Buy a card move. I should have bought a potion. I don't think I buy a potion, and that's definitely a mistake if I am right about that. Time to remove anger, I suppose. I have a cultist potion for the heart, so... Oh, I buy True Grit. That makes sense. True Grit's pretty good. Feel no pain and Dark Embrace in my opening hand is good. But are getting hit by the shield here. Very sad. I should probably keep this Reaper. I know I have another one, but... I might want to play both. And I do have liquid memories as well. Not nearly enough strength yet to kill. Sadly. And of course, the order didn't matter there. It had artifact charge. Got a 38 health. Man, this fight is scary. Turn around. Only take 38 instead. But the right one's hitting us again, which is actually very scary. Managing to get there pretty much. Only take 1. And a little bit of a free turn here. So I'm interested in playing Reaper next turn. So I actually get rid of this whole hand, draw a whole new hand. Into the shield there so that I can leave them both alive to Reaper for more health. If I killed the right one there, I would have less targets to hit. And therefore less total health. But it's now hitting me for 1 billion and I can't kill it now. So that's a mistake. Perhaps. I can kill it, it's just a bit ugly. Have to do this instead. Could have healed for a bit more here if I didn't play Reaper there, actually. I was going to just do this, and I'm like, wait a second, I'm taking, like, 48 damage or whatever. So, just play the Liquid Memories to kill it, and then in this case, I should have actually waited for, perhaps a Pen Nib on 9 for Reaper, and or Vulnerabling the left guy, and then could have healed for quite a bit more. So, not playing this fight perfectly by any means. And now I have Happy Flower on 2, and the Nunchaku and Pen Nib are close to being to 9, so I'd like to get out right now. So I can flex first, and I can spot weakness, but I probably don't do that. Trying to find a way to do it without playing Bloodletting. But I don't draw any attacks there, so now I'm going to need to play Bloodletting to draw more cards. And there's Thunderclap, so get out. And Paper Frog, making it take more damage from Vulnerable. Pretty nice. And Havoc is here. Havoc Plus do have some good exhaust stuff going on. And I'm not super afraid of losing any particular card now that we're at the heart. Feed is fine to get rid of, for example, now. Get to replace cards with our Gambling Chip. Play Shrug first to avoid taking damage. And we get to rip the Disarm, so if it's the multi-hit, we'll be taking no damage. And even get to prevent the Vulnerable there. And the Weaken. So we're only frailed. Artifact charge consumes the vulnerable, and ginger stops the weaken. Penib is on 9. Should definitely shockwave before playing that. Actually, doesn't even matter. Yeah, I mean, okay. I played the shockwave, so that was super wrong order. Could have done a lot more damage there. I think I missed 60 damage there. Already making a massive mistake. Typical. But time to turn my brain on. We have to get through these next 2 turns with 51 health. So, definitely not playing Fiendfire this turn. It's going to block for a lot for us. But we definitely want to find this Dark Embrace. And the problem with this is there's still a Void in there that we're going to draw. And we're going to lose an energy that turn, which is very scary. And Dark Embrace, Feel No Pain both in there still. Second Reaper is still there as well. So this turn, I could use the Gambler's Brew, but again, I might draw this Void, which is going to be awkward. And there's no guarantee that I find Dark Embrace or True Grit here. So instead, I just finally double tap the Reaper here and make sure I survive this turn. Now we're taking 47, so once again, action is required. And, like, playing the Fiendfire here would be a little bit of a bummer. Because we wouldn't draw any cards. We don't have Dark Embrace in place, so we would just Fiendfire as our entire turn. We would have 3 energy left over because we have the Sentinel in our hand. So I keep the Sentinel and the Power Through. Nope, just the Sentinel and the True Grit as well. And hoping to hit with these 7 pitched cards, Dark Embrace and True Grit. So then I can Feel No Pain, then True Grit on the Sentinel, gain more energy, then play Dark Embrace, then True Grit again. And this Carnage, Dazed, Void are all going to gain a 6 block each at the end of our turn. Got rid of the second Reaper there. That looks a bit scary, but it's totally fine. And here we are, yet again, not taking damage. So, have a nice turn, and what we want to do here is get it below 400 health. Then the next turn after that, we can Fiendfire, which will exhaust 9 cards, blocking for a billion, drawing us a whole new hand. Therefore, that turn's totally free. And then we just have to kill it the next turn before we get hit again. And that'll be a nice, clean, kind of 1-2 punch. Checking the draw pile, there's actually no attacks in there at all, but it's totally fine because we can draw cards, more cards. So I play Bloodling first because I'm interested in playing more cards after. Just to make sure I can draw into more attacks. It wasn't necessary actually, but fair enough. And the next turn, as long as I can go double tap, Twin Strike, it should just die. I'm thinking very hard. After I messed up the one time, I'm now being very cautious. But all it takes is that one time, so you definitely want to be careful. Foolish of me. And now we're taking 75 damage. Probably could get away with blocking here. Not sure about that. If Bloodletting is still on my deck, then yes, probably. But it's okay, I can double tap the Twin Strike, and we're out. So a very cool run, and off the back of a very cool Potion Belt Giria start. Those relics really kind of shaped the whole run, I would say. And Pendib, like the Pendib on the Reaper was huge in this run. So a very cool run, I would say. Definitely enjoyed reaping my enemies and gaining so much health I'll always absolutely love doing that. If you're still here, how haven't you liked the video? How have you not subbed? Thank you so much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a beautiful day.